enjoy because that's a. So if you want to see a real life alien, all you gotta do is go to Saturday Night Live, watch President Reagan mastermind from the 2:58-minute mark to the 3:01-minute mark, enhance, put it on slow motion, and enjoy because that's a real life alien on the Saturday Night Live set.
All over my face, I mean,
Twilight Zone.
You need to create a new world order, and if you just kill everyone, then we'll have.
Turn the friggin' frosty! Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frosty! Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
We don't know why everybody's sterile. Oh, we don't know why we picked bisphenol A and all the rest of these chemicals that have caused their fertility to go down by 55% since 1960. And by the year 2045, 100% of men are estimated to be sterile. But nothing's going on. Even though they wrote White House papers in 1974, 47 years ago, in Eco-Science, calling for adding chemicals to the water through plastics, they would do exactly that.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com. 4, 3, 2, 1.
But this is, I've been, like I said, I've been here with the
Listen up, y'all, because this is it. The beat that I'm banging is delicious.
We're the chosen ones, baby. They're all gang stalking and hating on you at the same time. We're the chosen ones.
So you just heard that freaking idiot just lie to you. On YouTube, on commletube, there are a thing called psychological operation campaigns against real gang stalking victims. They want real gang stalking victims to be seen as crazy, to be seen as schizophrenic, to be seen as suffering from delusions of grandeur, and we're not. We are gang stalking victims, and we are being hit with a highly illegal harassment campaign.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
So what is gang stalking? Gang stalking is just a highly illegal, unconstitutional violation of human rights harassment campaign where some of these gang stalkers have access to direct energy weapons and a mind control technology. And yes, they will hit your babies, your little babies, with these direct energy weapons and these mind control technologies too.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
These gang stalkers are doing, and that's why I've been here at the pier almost every single weekend for 3 years protesting against this gang stalking. All right, listen to my protest, please. So if you're cute in the face, if you're a gang stalking victim and you're like that, body stay vicious, top me up in the gym, just working on my fitness. You try to keep your body all nice and tight. Chances are, if you're a real gang stalking victim, then you already been raped because these gang stalkers have already broken into your apartment. Please buy a master lock door security bar. You not trust your deadbolt. Please buy a master lock door security bar.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to electronic harassment, and this is where people take electronic weapons. Let me just read the definition. Electronic harassment happens if somebody uses any electronic device to aid themselves in invading your person or your property for the purpose of gathering information illegally or for the purpose of causing harm. This is electronic harassment.
what you're going to listen to next is the top cop, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, the former head FBI agent of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson, who was also a gang stalking victim and wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and proving that there is no gosh darn demon a part of gang stalking. Gunderson.
I've had gang stalking on me. I've had gang stalking on me. I've had gang stalking on me. Recently, I've been the victim of a disinformation program by a guy named Stu Webb and other individuals. And Stu Webb has actually put out word that I was kicked out of the FBI for practicing satanic ceremonies in the federal building. Okay.
Now here we're going to talk about how the gang stalkers will falsely accuse you of being a pedophile or a prostitute, and they will do it.
Okay, slander. They'll go behind the target's back and tell lies about them. They'll say things like, the target is dangerous or into something illegal, pedophile, and they use the pedophile for men and women.
So this is more evidence when it comes to gang stalking. It has nothing to do with no chosen one. This is Dr. John Hall talking about slander and libel campaigns that these gang stalkers will use against your character. Okay, please.
They're a pedophile. The typical discreditation campaign that you see in the DOD, in the military, to verbally discredit them. Spread rumors. Plant seeds that they're a drug dealer, they're a pedophile. The typical discreditation campaign that you see in the DOD, in the military.
So what you just heard was Dr. John Hall, Dr. John Hall, and it's Dr. John Hall, gang stalking dudes, DEWS, acid reflux. Dr. John Hall, gang stalking dudes, DEWS, acid reflux, talking about the slander and libel campaign that these poopy gang stalkers are going to commit against you and your character. Yes, every single gang stalker is a terrorist under U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism. Every single gang stalker is violating the RICO Act, racketeering and organized crime. You see, Ted Gunderson, I'm going to say this man's name again, Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. He wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and that these gang stalkers are putting mother effers on mind control technology and hitting innocent people with direct energy weapons.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Because the girl them broke out on the floor from you don't wanna work this performer. From you don't wanna man where can't turn you on, girl, make I see you when them upon you. Can't stand for the long, nah, eat no yam, no steamed fish, no green banana. But down in Jamaica, we give it to you hot like a sauna. Well, on the way this time.
So my name is Talan Godfrey. Type it into Google Video, Talan Godfrey, Google Video, Talan Godfrey, Google Video. So this is not a pro Ted Gunderson rally, but Ted Gunderson, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson, the former highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County, did talk about the gang stalking. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and proving that these gang stalkers are hitting people with direct energy weapons, that these gang stalkers are hitting people with mind control technology.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
This right here is real gang stalking. Listen up.
The point was to silence Weinstein's Me Too victims, and it worked for 30 years. This system is called covert harassment, and it was not just Weinstein who's used this system. Increasingly, it's a collection of techniques, a protocol that the wealthy and the powerful are using against the powerless. It systematically breaks down the target in a secretive, psychological way. Covert harassment often includes improper surveillance, such as the kind I described, tailing and following, hacking of devices, and coordinated harassment. It is meant to cause fear, stress, and paranoia in the subject.
So what you just listened to was a man talking about real gang stalking. Gang stalking had nothing to do with the chosen ones. Gang stalking had nothing to do with no tarot cards. Gang stalking had nothing to do with spirituality, religion, or the supernatural. So you want to learn the truth about gang stalking? Popular Mechanics magazine, Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects was an old mind control program, and it's in Popular Mechanics magazine right now. All you have to do is just read it. Then you have Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. Ted Gunderson, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. All you have to do is just read it. These gang stalking victims are being placed upon mind control technology.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
So this is a protest against real gang stalking. None of that chosen one crap, no tarot cards included, nothing about the supernaturals included in this protest. So you want to learn the truth about gang stalking? Go Google Popular Mechanics magazine, Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects was an old mind control program that proved that gang stalking is real. And then you have Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. Just read it.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
So just be careful on commletube, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. These people talking about gang stalking, most of these people are fake, phony, and false. How can you tell that they're fake, phony, and false? Well, they'll never admit that gang stalking is a crime, and gang stalking is a crime. Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit prove it. And these people will never talk about gang stalking and the direct energy weapons and the mind control technology that goes with it.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
This is a gang stalking protest, and yes, every single gang stalker should be 187 under U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism. Every single gang stalker should be in jail because they're violating the RICO Act, and I hope to God it happens.
Assaulted 3 times. My coworkers were discussing killing me, taking to the KKK, and on a CD, one of my coworkers is discussing a list that I've been placed on, and once you get placed on this list, all the money in the world won't save me. If they want me, I'm gone. And he stated, man, you got to get in this thing. This thing is bigger than the KKK. There's judges in it, policemen in it.
So everything this lady said is true and was confirmed by Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking FBI agent in Los Angeles County. He wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real. Everything this lady said was true.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
This is Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
Addressed, and that's one of my missions and John's mission is when can we get to the point where we can approach the medical community, the psychiatric community with enough evidence to say, look, you've got to start considering something else besides just labeling people and putting them on medications. 90% of the people complain of organized stalking, being followed, community-based harassment, computer tampering, email interference, appliance tampering, electronic failures. 68% of the people become estranged after this starts, estranged from family and friends, furthers their isolation, okay? 85% complain of what they labeled directed energy weapons assaults, basically complaining of the physical symptoms of sleep deprivation, induced sleep. We talked about that, okay? Feeling hot spots on the body, feeling shocks or electrical currents running through your body, irregular heart rates. 23% complain of blackouts. 25% have burn marks on their body. They talk about dream manipulation, having thoughts induced. 52% have memory loss or declining cognitive functions, and that is known. That goes along with the microwave sickness, declining neurocognitive function. The other thing.
This is a protest against gang stalking. Google my name, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video for real videos about gang stalking. This is Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
The three tenets that we're really talking about are stalking, also referred to as gang stalking. I call it organized stalking because gang stalking gives a lot of people the notion that it's guys in black jackets and, wearing colors. It's not really that. It's a very pervasive form of organized stalking where the person is followed, their home is broken into, things are tampered with, usually not stolen, so that people don't get a burglary charge. Street theater where people walk around you, talking, people that don't know you, walking up to you, mentioning things about you that they wouldn't know unless they did know you. The combination of that with what I call audio harassment, which can be voice to skull, hearing voices in your head, usually starts with tinnitus or ringing in the ears, then progresses to voices or hearing voices in your surroundings.
This is Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
Anything that will vibrate and finish carrying the sound, and it is distinctly different from what most people term voice to skull or the voices that you hear in your head. Third thing, usually while you're being audio harassed, being attacked with directed energy weapons that will either cause twitching of the muscles, complete spasm of the muscles, even spasms of the whole body, changes in heart rate, severe heartburn, severe headaches, eye burning, and blurred vision are just some of the more common ones. I've had people correspond with me that are having burning of the feet, burning of various parts of the body that basically let me know that yes, we do now have the technology in our satellite surveillance systems to see you indoors using X-ray imaging or forward-looking infrared imaging, and that there is a directed energy platform on the satellite system. The weapons they mentioned were ultrasound, microwave, laser, and particle beam. Most of those were actually meant to perturb electronic systems. In a defense strategy, you would attack
This is Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
I know this sounds crazy, but I swear it has happened.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
stalkers have the ability to read your mind. Yes, they do.
Here's Google. Google is mind-reading AI that can tell what music you listen to based on your brain signals, right? Wow, can you believe that they have AI that can read my, can literally tell what I was just listening to based on brain signals? Yeah, do you know that those brain signals, they also can manipulate and control?
Here at Davos, it's been the talk of the hour, but I want to talk about it in a different way, which is the ability to decode brainwave activity. After all, what you think, what you feel, it's all just data. Data that in large patterns can be decoded using artificial intelligence.
This is Greg Reese, Infowars.com.
Dr. Morgan admits experiments where one person can control another person's hands by just wearing an EEG cap.
The person on the receiving end described the sensation as rather odd. Said I didn't know anything until I saw my hand beginning to move. But the really fun part was that you're taking over somebody else's physical body with the mind of another human.
This is Greg Reese, Infowars.com.
So what do you think would be the next step?
Experiments where information is transmitted from one mind to another, and experiments where memories are erased. Dr. Morgan admits they have the technology to target an individual person.
But you can engineer anything. You can engineer a unique thing that would only kill one person in the world.
And are working...
My name is Talan Godfrey. Put that into Google video, Talan Godfrey, Google video, Talan Godfrey, Google video for my videos about the COVID-19 vaccines and about gang stalking.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
So this is a gang stalking protest. Again, my name is Talan Godfrey. Put that into Google video, Talan Godfrey, Google video, Talan Godfrey, Google video for more videos about gang stalking. Now listen to this. This is some horrible crap.
Utah biotech company implants brain chips in 50 people. The chip, known as Neuroport Array, is manufactured by BlackRock Neurotech. You want BlackRock to have a device implanted in your brain? Well, you can now if you live in Utah. If you can have an arm that's mechanical but controlled by your brain, I think that's kind of cool. What it's going to be used for, however, will be brain surveillance. This will be used as a way to make people happy when they shouldn't be happy. You're having a blast. You're in love with that person that you should hate. It's the next step of the brain interface, and it's no wonder it's being led by organizations like BlackRock.
So this is just more proof that gang stalking, mind control, and direct energy weapons had nothing to do with spirituality, had nothing to do with religion, had nothing to do with the supernatural, had nothing to do with no tarot cards, and nothing to do with no chosen one. Gang stalking, the direct energy weapons, the mind control technologies are real, okay? Psycho-electronic weapons effects, Popular Mechanics magazine is there right now. All you have to do is read it.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to electronic harassment, and this is where people take electronic weapons. Let me just read the definition. Electronic harassment happens if somebody uses any electronic device to aid themselves in invading your person or your property for the purpose of gathering information illegally or for the purpose of causing harm. This is electronic harassment.
This is a protest against gang stalking. Google my name, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video for real videos about gang stalking.
6-year-old Esteban Santiago pulls out his pistol and opens fire, and then reloaded once. He killed 5 people, many of them arriving for a cruise ship vacation. And now the question is why Santiago even had a gun, which had been taken away last November when he showed up at the FBI office in Alaska to claim he was hearing voices about ISIS.
Ryan Santiago says his brother had mental health issues and was not well since he returned from the Iraq War.
I want to clarify this for the Puerto Rican people and for all the people in the world. The federal government already knew his reaction. They already knew the thoughts that he was having and how they weren't good. He himself went after them to ask for help, and they did nothing. They had him hospitalized for 4 days, and then they let him go. How are you going to let someone leave a psychological center after 4 days when he's saying that he's hearing voices, that the CIA is telling him to join certain groups? This was in November.
What you just heard is what gang stalking victims go through. Some of us who are real gang stalking victims, we're still alive. We hadn't red-rummed anybody, but we are hit with direct energy weapons and mind control technology. No gang stalking chosen one crap. This is what real gang stalking victims go through. Listen up.
Be inundated with thousands of other people voicing the same complaints of organized stalking, of directed energy weapons attacks, burning, twitching, severe headaches, blurred vision, as well as hearing the voices of their perpetrators in their head or in their surroundings while they're being attacked.
Wow. Let me go down the list of some of these that I came up with. We've got DARPA has a sonic projector that was reported on in 2007, but of course it had been around for quite some time before then. Army has something they call voice to skull. We got the Air Force using microwaves to create sounds at Brooks Air Force Base. We've got the Marine Corps with their Medusa project. We've got the State Department, as reported by the Washington Post in 2005, working on voices implanted in people's heads. We've got a couple of companies, one that has patented something called hypersound. That's American Technologies. Has also got Holosonic Research Labs, also has a patented version. So
direct knowledge of it, hive minds, voice to skull, emotion manipulation behavior, modification technology is being used against the gang stalkers themselves and against people in the program, and it is being used to assist them in doing their job, specifically to take away their conscience, specifically to take away their empathy and their sympathy.
So watch out for the psychological operation campaigns on YouTube and other social media websites. These people are mixing gang stalking with the chosen ones, gang stalking with spirituality, gang stalking with religion, gang stalking and supernatural, even mixing gang stalking and tarot cards. Please be careful of that. That's not real. That's a psychological operation campaign. These people are lying. Peace. Then you have a dude named Terry Joel Jr. YouTube is signal boosting his videos. He doesn't talk about real gang stalking, so watch out for him too. So next you want to listen to is Mark Dice. Government official now admits that mind control technology is real. This is Mark Dice. Government officials now admits that mind control technology is real.
Psychological operations, PSYOPs, or as the government likes to call them now, military information support operations, are a very real part of war, and there's an entire division within the Department of Defense dedicated to them.
Psychological operations has consistently been important throughout the history of warfare.
PSYOP toolbox. A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army at the time named Michael Aquino, an admitted Satanist, by the way, and founder of the Temple of Set, an offshoot of the Church of Satan, wrote a report for the Department of Defense in 1980 titled From PSYOP to Mind War that proposed using psychotronic weapons against the general public in order to alter people's brainwaves, thus altering their mood.
So this is Mark Dice. Mark Dice, government official now admits that mind control technology is real. This is Mark Dice, government official now admits that mind control technology is real. So if you are a real gang stalking victim, this is some of the weapons, some of the technology these shitty poopy gang stalkers are going to hit you and your family with. I'm so sorry about that.
To coincide with government propaganda that was being broadcast, Aquino wrote, quote, infrasound vibration up to 20 hertz can subliminally influence brain activity to align itself to delta, theta, alpha, or beta wave patterns, inclining an audience towards everything from alertness to passivity. Infrasound could be used tactfully as ELF waves endure for great distances, and it could be used in conjunction with media broadcasts as well.
So as a gang stalking victim, as a targeted individual, you're going to get hit with direct energy weapons and mind control. This man's going to talk about some of the stuff they're going to hit you and your family with. All right, I'm so sorry about that, Pete.
You were to, you might be hit with B2K, okay? If the software enables you to get into that system, fine. If it enables you to get into the acoustic end of it, fine. If it enables you to get into the microwaves, fine. Infrasound, kinetics, all these weapons, they're all weapons and they will kill you.
Want to make everybody sick on the cell block? Here's the big one. Yeah, there it is, the sonic nausea. And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Alex Jones is going to talk more about the direct energy weapons that these shitty, poopy gang stalkers are going to hit you and your family with.
And, I mean, they admit they've got these. They use lower versions of them with the sound cannons, the microwave guns. That's all comes out of technology to kill people covertly. So, yes, that's on record. And it vibrates the carotid arteries that are full, generally, of all the detritus, you know, all the dead cholesterol and scale, and then that goes into your brain. And, yes, they do have systems they can shoot at a heart and kill you deader than a hammer.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
When they're out there in the street, compete. This is a protest against gang stalking. Google my name, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video for real videos about gang stalking.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Is employed by the U.S. government and has done secret RF weapons research. He believes that tests done with the LIDA and similar machines prove that humans are susceptible to remote alterations of mood and awareness.
Certain kinds of weak electromagnetic signals work exactly like drugs. And so the promise is that anything you can do with drugs, you can do with the right electromagnetic signals.
Yes! I'm joking. Maybe.
Excellent! Induce basically what would be considered hallucinations in people, direct them to do things against their so-called better judgment.
If you think that is weird, Google CNET News, holograms that you can touch, CNET News, holograms that you can touch, and then Google Operation Bluebeam. Google CNET News, holograms that you can touch, and then Google Operation Bluebeam. Those holograms are real, and these poopy gang stalkers will torture people with holograms. Google Operation Bluebeam and then Google CNET News, holograms that you can touch. That stuff is real. So my name is Talan Godfrey. Talan Godfrey. Type my name into Google videos. Talan Godfrey, Google videos. Watch my COVID-19 vaccines videos and also watch my gang stalking videos. All right, Talan Godfrey, Google video. I think about you all the time. So to prove that the gang stalking is real. Just hold on. That the COVID-19 vaccine protests will recycle real soon. I just got to go over these videos that prove that gang stalking is real. So the first video that proved that gang stalking is real is called China in Focus Electronic Harassment. China in Focus Electronic Harassment proved that gang stalking is real. commletube and YouTube keep deleting this video for some strange reason. The second video that proves gang stalking is real is C911 Revenge for Hire, CBS News, New York. C911 Revenge for Hire, CBS News, New York. The next one is the eBay scandal, 60 Minutes. The eBay scandal, 60 Minutes, proved that gang stalking is real. The next video is FBI agent Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. FBI head Ted Gunderson gang stalking affidavit. The next one proved that gang stalking is real is Dr. John Hall, gang stalking dues, DEWS, acid reflux. Dr. John Hall, gang stalking dues, DEWS, acid reflux, proved gang stalking is real. The next video is when women become gang stalkers. Yes, when women become gang stalkers. This video proves that you need to buy a master lock door security bar. Yeah, I'm just trying to save your life, bruh. I'm just trying to save it. Please watch when women become gang stalkers. Okay, thank you. The next video that proves that gang stalking is real is Bob Chandra. Bob Chandra organized stalking. Bob Chandra organized stalking. The next video that proves that gang stalking is real is Mark Dice. Yes, Mark Dice's video. Government officials now admits that mind control is real. Government officials now admits that mind control is real by Mark Dice. Check that video out. The last video that proves that gang stalking is real is a documentary called Monarch the New Phoenix Program. Monarch the New Phoenix Program proves that gang stalking is real. Peace. There's a Justice Department video that proves that gang stalking is real, dealing with the PRC. There's a Justice Department video that proves that gang stalking is